Yes, people. Welcome to another episode of the Top 6 Show, people. Yes, I hope everyone is doing well. We've had a absolute madness of a European midweek. We had Arsenal beating Real Madrid. We had Villa getting slapped up by PSG. We had Spurs huffing and puffing, and they couldn't beat Frankfurt at home. And then, of course, highlight of probably behind Arsenal beating Real Madrid. The highlight of the week is Onana being a clown in nets, doing all this chatting, just for him to go fumble the bag, not once but twice in one game. And now Man Utd is laughing at us and everyone else. But we'll get into all of that. We'll get into that. We'll get into some transfer stories as well. Cunha to Man United. We have Hujsen to Arsenal. We got a little bit of talking about Chelsea and Maresca's comments on Jackson. Will that affect anything? We'll get some Chelsea fans' opinions on that. And then also, we need to talk about Spurs. We need to talk about Spurs and are the wheels falling off? Well, people say they've already fell off, but is it going to be over for Spurs as not only have they just appointed an ex-Arsenal CEO into their ranks, but also Ange talking about leaks in the dressing room. It's not looking good, bruv. It's not looking good. We got all of that coming up, and we're joined by, obviously, man like Tom Little, who's happy about Mo Salah signing a new contract. We have man like Cunha on the Arsenal, buzzing about Real Madrid. And down below, we have David and we have Dan, who both are clearly buzzing and ecstatic over the amazing Conference League win against Legia Warsaw. How you guys doing?
All right, good.
All good.
Sensational.
All good.
Nice.
Eating some Declan Rice.
The rice, yeah. Chop that, man. Chop that.
That's what it's got.
Hey, man, saw them. Hey, David saw those two free kicks.
You can do this week only.
Yeah, sorry. David saw those two free kicks go in, and his agenda dropped.
Yeah.
No, it definitely didn't drop. He was definitely sitting there watching
the
free kick going and go, where's the first phase of play?
The agenda's not dropped, but I've got to keep quiet for now. I will be back. I will be, but not this week.
Yeah, man. You're on hold for now, man. Don't worry about it.
Yes, don't worry about that.
Do you know what? Fair play to him. It was cold. You got to rate it.
No, they were cold. Not it was cold. They were cold.
Now, both of them were sensational. In the words of DZ, sensational. All right, guys. If you guys are here and you're happy and you're live, please make sure you smash that like button. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you subscribe to the Football Terrace and make sure that this is getting shared out to all the people that are not here catching the vibe on a Friday evening. Sun's out, go in your garden, listen to us chat about the best sport in the world, talk about the biggest moments from the top 6 and all of that. Go out and enjoy and make sure that you're tuning in now and forevermore to the Football Terrace. All right, let's dive into it. I think there's only one place to start, really, and that's my flipping goalkeeper. Oh my days. Okay, so yesterday, my head was gone. Yeah? My head was gone. Because, you see me, I'm a person who is for trash talk in football. Listen, I'm here for it. You want to say something about my man? Cool. As long as it's respectful in terms of it's not like swearing or calling him X, Y, and Z. Do your thing, my brother. If my man wants to respond because you've called him this, it's all fair game. In the words of Ken Watanabe in Godzilla, let them fight. You know what I'm saying? Let them fight. Let them do their talking. And on the pitch, let them see who the winner is. But if you're going to speak, if you're going to do back and forth, if you're going to do machine for machine and gunshot for gunshot, if you're going to do all of that business, yeah, you have to step up to the plate and be counted for. You have to back up the thing. And Andre Onana, not only did you not back up what he said, but he also then proved the man right. He proved his opposition right. And where was he? He wasn't on the pitch. He wasn't one of the players that scored against him. He was on the flipping bench, laughing, chilling. And he just allowed the moment, he allowed the occasion to get to him. And the problem is, are we surprised? Like, Tom, are you surprised that Onana did what he did?
No, I'm actually not surprised that the goalie who's made the most errors leading to goals in the last 2 years made 2 errors leading to goals in a game where there was pressure on him. I can't believe he sat there. Because you know what he could have done? That tweet could have ended before the last sentence. If he'd have ended the tweet after the last sentence, it would have been like, oh, it was just a misunderstanding. Fair enough. But he had to try and slide in this little slide comment about how he's won a cup. And Matic didn't. And that's all. That's what sparked all this. And when it came down to it, free kick, simple schoolboy stuff. Track the flight of the ball, collect it. Doesn't do that. 95th minute. Because you know what? United actually played quite well outside of the goals you can see. I thought he's done quite well at neutralising Leon. They're a real threat attacking wise. You took your goals well. It was shaping up to be a really good away European performance. But the one thing that defines a good European away performance is your goalkeeper is often called upon to make some big saves and to help you get through that moment. And Andre Onana in the 95th minute at 2-1, it's not easy, but he could palm it away from goal. He could, I've seen top goalkeepers able to claim that, bring it down into the chest. What Andre Onana does is, I think he's Manuel Neuer with this palm save out, trying to use his forearm straight into the path of Ryan Cherki, and then can't save the rebound. And all the good work Manchester United done in that game, all the good work, undone. Because the goalie who ran his mouth, and it's worse that Matic didn't even play. Matic didn't have to do anything. Matic just had to sit on the bench and get a front row seat to watching Andre Onana fuck up again. I saw a thing today. Someone was ranking Andre Onana's biggest mistakes as a Man United goalie. It needed 2 parts. How's a goalie mistake catalogue needing 2 parts after 2 years?
In 2 years. In 2 years.
Wow.
Oh
That
my
is
days.
wild.
Oh.
I was seeing stay tuned for part 2.
You see after the interview, every single rival fan, every single United fan just looked to the right and just said, "Oh, Nana, look what you done started." That we knew what was coming, literally. And do you know why production? You gotta love production, because after Man U went 2-1 up, there's loads of zooming in on Matic, like he was looking a little bit awkward, and everyone in the we knew what was coming. We knew he had one more in. He had one more major event to end the night. He goes, "I'm not going out like that. I'm so nice. I've got to do it twice." So yeah, he took inspiration from Rice on Tuesday night, and he had a brace of clangers, man. And you know what? I don't want to be harsh on my African brother, but we need to analyze these things properly because is it that it's a Onana thing, or is it a Man U thing? Because I don't think he's ever been ridiculed like this at Inter, at Ajax. He was lauded. They were bigging him up. They were saying he's this, but now he's gone to the dungeon at Manchester United, and maybe it's them guys. Them. Like, come on, I'm trying.
No, you can't, man. I'm sorry. You can't put coming to Man United as the reason why you can't pick up a ball, you can't stop a shot, and you palm it in the back.
Bro, we're giving excuses to all the other signings. Why not?
Why
not him?
You know what it is?
Why not him?
I say this. Goalkeeper is the only position where you can't get ruined by a club and you can't get ruined by a manager's tactics, because you have one job, and it's the same job for everywhere you play. Keep the ball out of the flipping net. Keep it out of the net. That's all you got to do. Yeah, you can sprinkle in a bit of playing out from the back and doing chipped long balls and all that foolishness. But at the end of the day, every club you go to, your manager's going to be like, "Right, mate, here's what I need you to do. Keep the ball from going in our goal, please." That is basics 101. So it doesn't matter if you're at Man United, if you're at flipping Liverpool, if you're at Coventry City, if you play for, I don't know, flipping Scunthorpe or the Sunday League team, every goalkeeper got the same damn job. It ain't like midfielders and strikers and all these
So
things.
what, KD? You're saying his agent's like Eddie Hearn. That's what you're saying. He tricked,
I'm
he tricked
saying,
everyone.
no. I'm not even saying his agent's like Eddie Hearn. I'm saying that he's an agent of chaos. He's an industry plant. He's been sent here. He's been sent here
Hey, Andre,
to
I
keep
tried,
the headlines going, bro.
I had to have your
It
back.
has to be. It has to be the only way.
I was told that he might make a mistake or two, but you know what? He's playing out with the
With his
ball.
feet.
It's second to none. You know, Pep Guardiola was talking about how he was the difference in a Champions League final.
Mate.
Yep.
I watch him play for United. He can't pick out a pass.
No. Hey, listen.
He
To
play-
be
yeah,
fair,
no,
yes. To be fair, his distribution yesterday was actually good.
Oh well, it was all right yesterday. It's not like we didn't talk about anything else
It was
yesterday.
actually good. But it's again, forget all of that crap. We got rid of De Gea because he couldn't do that.
Yeah,
And
wild.
people will keep coming back to, oh, but you got onto De Gea. Oh, you got rid of De Gea for this. No, we didn't get rid of De Gea for this. We didn't want this. This is not what we wanted. We wanted a goalkeeper who wasn't making mistakes in nets, who could also pass with the ball. You know, like Alisson. You know what I'm saying? It's not a hard thing to want in life. It's not a mad thing to want. So we didn't ask for this. We just flipping got the wrong one. We bought the wrong guy. It's okay to admit that, man. United, admit that you got the wrong guy and sell him. And this is what I want to ask. Dan, Man United have got a lot to do in the summer. Limited funds. How do Man United address this problem now? That Onana's now just added another issue on top of the multiple issues that we've already got. Do Man United now focus on replacing the goalkeeper and diverting the plan, or should we stick to the plan and persevere with Onana for at least one more season?
I think realistically, Ruben Amorim, if he's in charge, won't want him there. I think he's just cost them probably too many victories, too many points. He will continue to do so because I don't think he's learning. It's difficult. I don't know. What did you pay for him in the end? I don't think you'll be
40 to 45
40?
million pounds.
Yeah,
something
I don't think you'll be getting that back.
Oh,
So you're gonna, I think, realistically move him on and hope that someone in Serie A is interested still, because they've seen him do it in that league before, and you have to look into the keeper market to see what's out there, to be honest with you.
Yeah, but the keeper market.
Saudi, man. Saudi, bro. Saudi.
Yeah,
Like,
listen.
Is
look at the
Onana
keeper
a big enough
market,
brand to go to Saudi?
No.
Yeah, but he creates
he's
attention. You know what I
entertainment.
mean? He's
That league
what I'm
is
saying.
like entertainment. They ain't serious.
And
like
he's
that.
got a
Listen,
great agent.
I've
Look
also-
at the clubs he's been at, man. Do you know what I'm saying?
I've also seen people in Saudi and in Qatar and UAE that you've never even heard of, and you're like, how the hell did they get there? They sign people, bro. You know what I mean? They sign players. So
But they don't sign like
They was-
awful players. Like, they're not
they-
stupid. The people
No,
making
they
decisions
wanted
there
him
aren't
in
stupid, are they?
Jan.
Hey,
They wanted him in Jan.
he sells headlines.
You know what I'm saying? They
Those
wanted him in Jan. So we could say, here's the thing: the goalkeeper market is it? Look, Tom, you say it's dead, but in what way? Is it dead in terms of not everyone can play out with the ball at the feet? Because that's true, or is it dead to the point where no one can make saves? You're telling me no one can make saves in the
No,
market?
you'd probably go and get Diogo Costa, no? Do you not think
Yeah,
that would be
but
realistic? With a Portuguese
Diogo Costa is just the Portuguese version of Andre Onana.
Yeah, but do you not think that would be realistic for Amorim to like look at him?
No, because it costs £50 million.
At least Diogo Costa can save a penalty though.
No, that is true.
Realistically, Man United can't spend money on a goalkeeper this summer.
The problem is
there's so many other issues that they got to handle.
There's no standout
Unfortunately,
goalie.
that's how it is, isn't it?
There is no standout goalie in
I
this
used to pray
market.
for times like this.
I am seeing genuine, top six fans going, we need a new goalkeeper. Let's go sign James Trafford.
Yes. Please. Like, I'm in this place. Like, say, when you're Chelsea and United fans.
Did you not watch him last year get dropped by Burnley?
And I've also seen him this year grow up as a man and get the most clean sheets in the league.
Come on, people. This is Scott
How
Parker
much would a
football.
replacement cost you lot, man? Let's be realistic.
Listen, I've got it. I've already got the answer for you. Because people are gonna be like, oh, this guy cost 40 million, like flipping Suzuki. I don't want, as much as I would like the idea of Suzuki, I've already had Onana. And I'm not doing that again to myself. I've already said what I said on the last stream about the brothers. So let's stop with that. Especially for 40 million. I ain't doing it again. I'm not doing it twice. So forget all of that. There is a keeper who is Serbian. I like that. Who's 6'8", been one of the best keepers in Serie A, and he's got a £17 million release clause. And he is also playing for Manchester United already in the youth academy. Go and get Milinkovic-Savic, not the one midfielder, his brother, the goalkeeper.
Didn't his
Go
brother take
get
free kicks as
Milinkovic-Savic.
well?
Huh?
Doesn't his brother take free kicks?
Yeah.
I think he's hit the crossbar for like a couple of free kicks, you know. The keeper. I swear.
Is this what?
I'm being deadly
KJ,
serious.
KJ,
he takes free
I thought you said,
Yeah.
I thought you said
It's
you wanted
him.
to move away
Is he
from
at-
these agents of
Is he at
chaos.
Torino, KJ?
Yeah,
Torino.
Torino.
Yeah.
He takes free kicks.
He takes free kicks, bro.
AJ wants more chaos, man. He wants more
This
chaos.
is prime chaos.
Yeah.
You
I
should
want to move away from the chaos ball of Onana. Let me go buy a goalie. You want to whack it from 40 yards out?
Like,
I
the
do
next
not know.
keeper at Man U should not bring a lot of attention to himself. So a keeper that takes free kicks, I don't think that's
To
a
be
good
fair,
look.
the fact that he's 6'8" would just bring attention to himself. He's flipping huge, like it's massive. I did not know he took free kicks. That is insane. But still, that what's that goalkeeper's name? Is it
Senny.
Savino?
Chilavert, no? That
No,
took free
the
kicks.
guy from Leon.
Oh, I don't know that one.
Cerny, is it Cerny?
Yeah, I know Rodrigo Chenny from like Brazil.
Yeah, Brazilian keeper.
Yeah.
Man, he was backing free kicks at goalkeeper, bruv. So
Yeah,
Is
but
it
you-
is it
yeah, but-
Vanja Milinkovic
Chilavert
Savic?
was the guy.
Is that
yeah,
who it is?
Milinkovic-Savic.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
send you the link now. Yeah.
Okay, send me this link. I need to see this keeper.
This is from
AJ,
time
that's
ago,
not-
but he's
you-
definitely
you don't
done it.
need that guy, man. You need a
Yeah,
Nick
we-
Pope, bro. You need a Nick
Like,
Pope regen.
You need a steady Eddie, not
Yeah,
someone
but-
who's going to sit there and start
Wait,
arguing with fucking
wait,
Fernandez
KJ.
for free kicks.
Wait, KJ, how much do you think you lot are going to be spending this summer? Like, you think you have room for a keeper? That's what I'm asking.
Okay, this is a good segue to the next section. I'm just going to say this before we do. The reason why I say Milinkovic-Savic is I saw 6'8" Serbian and
Oh
17
my god, he
million.
did.
Yeah, he did.
17 million. That's what I saw. 17 million pounds. That's all I saw. That is why I was like, you know what, screw it. He would be a steady Eddie keeper that we need. 28 years old. Just get him in there for a few seasons. And then...
That kid from Roma's grown up a lot. Like, you know, he's at Benfica against you.
Oh,
and he
yeah.
made
Oh,
us-
when he was at Benfica, he let flipping Rashford
Yeah.
score a long shot. and
he looks really good, to be fair. He'd be up there for me if I was looking for a goalkeeper replacement.
So actually,
Do that.
one sec, give me 2 seconds. Let me just see this.
I
thing.
promise you he does it. Like, I'm putting out some elite ball knowledge here, but I promise you he does it.
Oh my
Still in
days!
it.
You know what's mad?
It's
It
like
was actually
90th
lit
minute.
as well. That's
Yeah.
actually lit. No, that's
Yeah, we need it, KJ. Get him in. Yeah, get him in.
no. But anyway,
we
but
need,
the
we
point
need
is,
that,
I
we need
wanted,
that chaos.
I need a cheap goalkeeper who can just do a job for a year or two and then replace him. Because we, like Cunha asked, how much can we spend? I don't know, because we've got a lot to cover, and one of the positions that we need is the left side of the attacking tens, right? And we've been linked to Cunha. So Ben Jacobs is saying that Cunha's agent is in England. He's going around talking to potential suitors for the summer. Man United is one of the ones. Man United is a team that Cunha would like to play for, even though we may not have Europe. He doesn't care. Laurie Whitwell today coming out saying that we're interested. We're looking to move. We're looking to make a move. All reports now are starting to say Cunha, and he's going to cost £62.5 million. Now, I'm going to you guys. Is that a deal Man United should do, considering everything that's gone on this season and the financial position that we're in? Go on,
He's a very
Dan.
good player. He's a very good player. I would have had him at Liverpool if you know it was working, but with the amount of stuff I think you need to get done this summer, I don't know if you can stretch your budget that far. Because like I'm looking at that United squad. We're talking new goalie. We're talking at least one new centre back at an absolute minimum. We're talking at least one midfielder who plays in that pivot. I'm thinking that you need another wing back. You're
Nobody-
definitely needing a striker, maybe even two. And I don't know how much of a budget you've got to where you could, because if you're spending 60 odd million on Cunha, but you've got a 100 million quid budget, you can't stretch that very far. And the problem that I think United are going to have this summer is, unless one of the players that you'd want to keep goes, you're not exactly filled with players who have a very high sale value or attracting an awful lot of interest. So it feels like you're not going to have much to play with. It's almost like you're going to have to be a bit frugal and be a bit smart about it. Cunha's a very good footballer. He comes into that attack and he improves you. But is he worth that on his own, considering the holes that he might end up leaving outside of that? I just don't think so. I feel like United, if they've got 100 million quid, you need to spread that out across all the positions. You can't keep leaving gaps in the squad.
I'll come back to that in a minute, Tom, in terms of especially the £100 million budget. But sticking on Cunha, Dan, if he came into this Man United side, do you think he would make us better and get us closer to? No, I'm not even saying the top, closer to top 8, top 6.
Yeah, definitely. I wouldn't really put too much weight on the transfer fee that it would cost to sign a talent like that. I think he could go better than United where you are currently. So I think he suits the system. He's fluid in front of that front three, those 2 10 positions. He can play in any of them. I think he obviously has that sort of Portuguese speaking connection with the manager. I think it's a no-brainer. I'd be well after him if I was a United fan. Definitely.
David shaking your head.
Not for me. See, again, it's not he's bad at football, because I think he's good. I don't think he's quite top 6, but I think he's good. For 62 mil, what you're giving up is the opportunity to sign another player that in theory is better in a different position. So is Cunha worth 62% of your total budget? My answer is no. That's my main reason for not wanting to sign him, because then that leaves you with such little money to cover multiple spots. If you're going to spend that amount of money on one player and you don't have that much money, that player better be the main difference between you.
I hear
like
it.
finishing.
Say they sold David. Say they sell someone else and they go and get Osimhen and Cunha for 110 million. I think that's unbelievable business. Unbelievable business, and they'll be able to generate 10 million.
My question is, who do they sell?
They could literally, if they bring in Cunha, they could move on Mason Mount for 20 million. They could potentially move on Luke Shaw. They're players like that where they'll hold value to teams lower down in the Premier League and they'll move for less money.
So
Definitely could do that.
Sorry, who's buying Luke Shaw, whose last appearance was for England?
Yeah,
you can't deny that a team potentially on the verge of coming up to the Premier League or just being relegated to the Championship might look at him.
Not
Okay,
for
the
the
Championship-
reason.
Nah, they would want someone reliable if they're going to.
Okay, it depends if they want game time or not, but they might take the risk. I mean, Palace took a gamble taking Chilwell on loan in January.
Dan, I hear what you're saying, but what it is sorry.
You get a loan fee.
Yeah, it's one I want to say for this whole, because people question, how Man United going to have to spend money. We've got 4 players leaving on a free. So that frees up whatever rate wages. You got Ericsson, you got Lindelof, you got Evans, and you've got Heaton. It may not be a lot of wages, but that's some wages there. We have 4 players out on loan in Anthony, Sancho, Rashford, and Maresca. Who those 4 alone could get you 100 million. Now, listen, you say that Rashford 40, Anthony is now going to go for like 25 to 30. Sancho is going to be 20 to 25, and
Sancho might be going back for 5.
Yeah, for 5, and then we might sell him for what, 15 and 20. So we get the 25 million.
Wait,
anyway.
Sancho's going back.
Potentially,
maybe.
Yeah, we won't talk about that right now. And
Whoever wins the game against United and Chelsea.
How bad must you be for a club to opt an obligation?
We'll get into it later.
That's a different conversation. And then you got Maresca, who can fetch you 8 million. 10 million.
Xerxes and Højlund could depart as well.
You got Garnacho, you got Højlund, you've got Onana. We've got I don't think Mason Mount's going to leave, but you got Luke Shaw, definitely. You got Casemiro. Even with Casemiro, 10 million, fine. But the wages coming off, the amount that you save on that, again, goes towards a new player. So it's not going to be impossible for Man United to do business this year.
Now,
It
KJ,
wouldn't
I
be-
hear it, but you see, a sign like Cunha, in terms of what David's saying, if you lot were like a top 6 club, adding like a Cunha for me in that scenario makes a little bit more sense. I believe maybe you sign him depending how creative you can get with the other players, because you're gonna have to be hella creative this summer if you really want to speed up this process here. Like a few players that no one's really heard of, are gonna have to go into that Man United camp as well at some point. If you can get that done, then Cunha can be some icing on the cake. Then yeah, maybe yeah, but I just don't think that's the type of player
Listen,
that
my point
need
is, even if you
at this
KJ,
stage of their development, man. I don't think
even
he's
if
the
you
guy.
sell, even if you sell what you think you can sell, and let's say your transfer budget goes up to 200 mil, Cunha is still like 30% of
Yeah.
that, and that's
Yeah, but that's
again
not bad, David. Like
no, but
30%.
I think,
bad
but
on a
if
player
you
like
again,
Cunha.
if you think about it, right, 30% of your money goes into a player that yes is good, but is he like think about how much that 30% actually is. I know 30% is not a big number, but when you've got 8 positions to fill, putting 30% on one person that's like you're saying that's the market piece almost.
Yeah, but you're always going to pay more money for strikers. So when you're looking for a defender, you'd be able to spend a little bit less. So it would even
but
itself out as well.
I think Man United could get away with not signing a centre back this summer. As much as I want one, because Lindelof and Evans are going, we've got 6 there already. We've got a young player called Kukonki. Kukonki who's really good, who could probably cover. Aiden
Called
Head
what? Called who?
Kukonki. Godwill Kukonki.
Has he already played KJ?
Yeah.
He's already
No,
played.
he hasn't played.
No?
He hasn't played. He's been on
Who was
bench.
the other young kid you had play?
Aiden Heaven has played for us.
Nah, another one.
No, we've
Chido.
not.
Literally.
Yeah,
Oh,
we had
I think it's
Chido.
him. Are you sure he hasn't played?
No, Kukonki's not. I don't think he's made his debut. I've seen him on benches.
Oh, maybe on the bench. Maybe
yeah,
on
We
the
would have
but
known
not-
if a Kukonki had
Yeah,
played.
listen. If he came play for Man
Like,
United, my chest is big. You know what I'm saying? So there are players there in the back line that I think you could use for a season. It's the midfield, it's the wing backs, it's all the attack. That's where the issue lies. And I don't know. We'll see what Man United do. We see what Man United do.
Lastly, KJ, though, if
Yeah.
Man you're looking to spend 60 million plus, it should be on a centre forward, no? Before anything else.
Well, when they're choosing 30 million Delap over 60 million Osimhen, then looks like you got your 60 million going
Why does
elsewhere.
everyone
So-
rate
I
Delap?
I
Delap.
don't think people should be knocking that.
Kevin
Delap thing.
Davies.
No, I'm not knocking it. Like, listen, are you
Yeah, but
telling me Delap or Hoyland?
The lap all day.
Yeah, Delap. But Delap's just Kevin Davies in the
Nah,
2000s.
Cunha, he's not, is he? He's
He
way
is,
more mobile than Kevin Davies.
Okay,
way
so
more mobile.
Nah, bro. Sorry. Go and watch Kevin Davies, bro.
Nah,
Southampton
Kevin Davies
bro.
ain't carrying the ball
Right,
like
here we
I've
go.
seen Liam
Right,
Delap.
watch Southampton Kevin Davies or bad up the lap, bro. You lot are
Right.
getting tricked by all these players, man. These dead
Now
strikers.
listen. Did Kevin Davies have PMP? I think not. Okay, listen. Couldn't Mustafi here. Couldn't United need to sign unknowns. Also, couldn't who's that? A couple more from Mustafi. Couldn't blaming United for Onana is more a disgrace for Africa than it is Onana.
I'm trying to back my continent, man. I tried, Andre. I tried, but they're not
Perfect
having it.
scenario is Roma hires Ten Hag, Roma signs Onana, Rasmus and Garnacho. Oh, the dream.
Staffy is
Wait, hold on, real quick.
Money an awful lot
Staffy said Onana was the best keeper in the Prem last season. So Staffy, calm yourself down, innit? Big up, Staffy.
We don't speak on that. We don't speak on that. Guys, smash the like button for us. That is Man United. What do they do with Onana? Should they sign Cunha? How much money is there to spend for Man United? Let us know in the comments. Staffy is replying saying it was a joke. It was a joke, apparently. So
Weren't funny at the time.
Staffy-
Weren't funny at the time.
Staffy responding to that. Right, moving on to the next topic, because we need to talk about from one team that are bottling to another team that bottles, and they are the prime bottlers of the English Football League, and that is Spurs. Tottenham Hotspur. Obviously, we saw them play against Frankfurt on the in the midweek. They looked deep. To be fair, considering everyone thought they would get battered, they put up a good showing, but still couldn't find a way to win, hitting the crossbar, hitting posts, ended up with a 1-1 draw. But interestingly enough, in the press conference afterwards, I believe it was afterwards, Ange Postecoglou said this. There is no doubt we've got a leak inside the club. I don't know why. It doesn't help us. We've narrowed it down. I've got a fair idea where it's coming from. So now there's apparently leaks in the club. And not on top of that, they've also hired Arsenal's ex-CEO or business guy or accountant or whoever that guy was from Arsenal. They've now hired him to be part of his structure. It's not looking great at Spurs right now. And especially with this comment about the leaks. David, do you think this is a sign that all is not well for Ange at Spurs and it could be time for him to get gone, be booted, and get sacked?
It's not. This isn't a sign. This is adding on top of the pile of rubbish behind him. This is another rung in the ladder of things that are not going well at Spurs. The club's just bad. I don't really know what more I can say. I've said it. They're just Rihanna FC. They're in the top 6 because of a fancy stadium. They're in there for the NFL, Rihanna, and I don't know what else. Golf. Let's give it. They'll probably have golf in there soon. I don't know.
They've got F1. They've got the
F1,
go-kart.
Yeah, they've got F1. They've got F1.
Yeah.
But anyway,
WizKids sold out there, man. Don't do that.
that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not a surprise. Is it a surprise that Spurs right now have a leak in their club? No, because who wants to even be there? They don't even want. People don't actually want to be there right now. Ange doesn't want to be there. The fans hate him being there. The fans hate going to the games. Like, of course, inside the club or like with reporters, there's gonna be something else that happens in there that isn't gonna go well. It's just that whole thing just needs a full clear out from top to bottom. But will it happen?
David. No. What's happened now? What has happened now? Now they've figured out the issue. See, if not for this leak, Ange would have been top 6 right now. So now they're on the way to find it. He's got a clean slate. Give him a budget in the summer. Like, don't do him like that, because he would have definitely got that trophy in his second season, if not for those leaks.
I mean,
man.
what's
Big
he
up Ange, man.
what's
He's finally
third season,
got to the
Ange?
root of the issue.
What's third season Ange like? You know, if he wins one trophy in his second season, his third season Ange like 2-3 trophies.
Bro,
Especially if he's got the league out.
Because he skipped a year, he might double up. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So, hey, Spurs fans, watch this space.
Yo, Dad, what are you saying, man? Like, Ange has been frosty with the media for a while now. I remember when he first came. Oh, he's such a breath of fresh air. He's got so much banter. Hey, mate, and all of that. Like, it's so nice to have him. Now he just seems like a grumpy, snarky, rude old man. Like, what are you saying about Ange? Is it time for Spurs to let him go?
It's too late. Like, it should have happened ages ago, to be honest. Like, this is I know it's Spurs, but they finished 5th last year, didn't they? And they obviously just scraped sort of into that position anyway of their form that they had. They had then unbelievable 10 games at the beginning of the season, but really sort of struggled after that. I can't believe he even got this much time into this season with how it started, to be honest. He's just continuously gone against the grain with what every single person said regarding his football, and he's willing to die on that sword, and he's been given more time than I think anyone imagined he'd get.
A person that sticks by his guns is being criticised there, don't you?
Yeah. Do you know what? I'm all for people having a belief and sticking by it and having their system, but when it's so clearly not benefiting his team and his squad of players, you have to be able to adapt, because he is ultimately hindering them more than he's helping right now with this specific style of playing. And we're talking about people physically and how they're able to just turn up to work and do their job. Like, we've seen reoccurring hamstring injuries. We've seen a record number of players out for Tottenham over the sort of 2 seasons that he's been there. I think they've got their lowest win percentage of any manager they've had in the Premier League. Like, it's just been a diabolical spell. It's as bad as it gets for Spurs, in my opinion.
In the words of the late Aaliyah, if at first you don't succeed, dust yourself off and try again. He's got to try again. Now he's got the leak. He's got to try again. Because it really and truly, like, Spurs, if they were going to get rid, as soon as my guy was cupping the fans like this, that he should have been sacked that night. What do you mean? Like, what? Like, look at me. That he should have been sacked that night. The fact that they've not done that, like, you might as well ride it out, man. Just ride it out. Give him another chance and just change your expectations.
Is the problem with Ange? Is it the Onana effect of man's chatting but you're not
bro.
backing up your chat.
None of it, bro. He's like the managerial Balotelli. He's moving like Balotelli as a manager.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
but you know
Hasn't he
what?
already said
He's
this
trying to
week?
chat to his own fans, though. Onana's at least
Yeah.
trying to chat to big up his own fans and get this. He just has to go with his own fans, Ange.
Hasn't he
He said
already
they- he
said
said
they,
they lack
they want me out
ambition.
anyway? Like, hasn't he
Yeah.
already said
Yeah,
that this week?
I heard that.
Yeah.
I heard
So
that.
he's literally washed his hands with his own fans as well. Like
He
Tom's saying.
literally came out and said, "I've lasted 2 years at Spurs, which is longer than most others." Do you understand how mental that is for a manager to be saying? The only
Man
reason
was
he's
already-
still in this job is because he's in the Europa League.
Bro,
Nah, you
he's
know what?
already advertising himself for another job. He's like, I'm sure there's other people there looking for me in case. They remember he said that in the interview, just in case they
you know
do
what?
get rid of me. Bro, he knows what time
You
it
know,
is,
he's
man.
gone.
Let's-
He's gone. You know, when a manager is gone, I'll say this all the time. You know, head losses set in when they're saying madness. They're just saying weird things that you just like, why are you saying that? When Ten Hag would always go on about, they're asking about his tactics. Oh, yeah, about 1 and 2 trophies. Like, brother, who's talking about that right now? Like, Ange is in that place of head loss. It's gone. It's done. And as I think this is going to be so Spursy. The moment if they get knocked out from the Europa League, the moment they get knocked out is when they pull the trigger. And that is when there was, and everyone will be looking at them like, but you could have done this ages ago and give yourself a better chance in the Europa League. But it'll be very Spursy to do that. That is for sure. So guys, let us know.
Do you know what the most Spursy thing would be? If he gets far enough in the Europa League where he's got a clause in his contract, which means he now costs too much to sack.
Nah, the most Spursy thing to do is get rid of him and then get in Ten Hag, bro. That would be sensational stuff.
Oh, after they've rejected him for not being charismatic enough.
That would be
Oh,
amazing.
that would be glorious. That would be glorious.
Because they always borrow the wrong guy from the previous club. I mean, they borrowed a declining George Graham. They got in like a David Bentley, and we got a Sol Campbell. Who they got? What? You lot got
Villas-Boas.
Berbatov.
Yes,
Who did
yeah.
they get? Like, yeah, they never get the right
Yeah,
version of the situation. They do got our leftovers as a chairman. Like, it's all long.
Personally, I think they need to, the Celtic thing, there's the right idea in there. I know it's never worked out in recent history, getting anything from the Scottish League. But you know what? The right idea is almost there. Brendan Rodgers. That man's won a trophy before.
He would be decent for Spurs. I don't think
Hey,
you can
that's
deny
not a
that.
bad shout. Because he can work with a small budget as well. That's
But
not actually a bad
okay,
shout.
but here's the thing.
Let Brendan live up north, man.
Leave Brendan
Just wants
alone.
to leave a happy
He's
life,
been
man. Don't
here.
stress me out, bro.
His
Nah,
arse got. Did he get relegated? His arse got relegated.
No, he got
Did he
sacked
leave?
before
He
they got.
sacked before
He got
relegated?
Yeah, he
sacked
got
like
sacked.
well before it.
Okay, cool. He was on the verge. He was leading them down relegation, weren't he? Like that's why he got sacked, right? Or was it actually?
No,
just
I think he
falling
finished
out?
like 13th or something, and they sacked him, and then
No,
got in
Oh,
someone
crazy.
else.
Crazy.
Free Brendan, man. He doesn't pay
Yeah,
for
yeah,
anything in Glasgow, man. He's a
Now
hero.
leave,
there,
yeah,
man.
leave Brendan alone.
Leave him
man.
up there
Leave
to
him
enjoy
alone.
his life.
You know what?
I just want another top 6 club to endure Brendan. If you think Ange Postecoglou says some mad stuff, Brendan Rodgers has a massive portrait of himself in his front hall.
Love that.
So when Rodgers was sacked, by the way, it was his 5th defeat in 6th and left them in the relegation zone.
Damn.
I
No,
thought
there
they
we
were
go.
in 13th.
Now
April 23, that is, by the way. So
yeah,
about 2 years ago.
yeah. It was. I thought that was the case. I thought they just looked awful underneath him, and then they just pulled the trigger. But yeah, leave Brendan alone, guys. Let us know what you think Spurs should be doing. Is it time for Ange to get got, or do you believe that second season Ange will actually kick in? He will win them a trophy, and he will stay at Spurs.
He's
Well,
run out of times to kick in. How much times he got left to kick in?
All I'm gonna say is
At 90 minutes, bro.
I'm a Chelsea fan and saying this is crazy, but there is like a 0.1% of me that would love to see the Ange press conference if he did win the Europa League.
Oh, mate, that would be sick.
Aye,
wouldn't
it would be
just slag
epic.
off
It
every
would be
Tottenham
epic.
fan.
Oh, but the chat he would be giving, that's Conor McGregor. That's McGregor
Yeah,
level.
yeah.
He'd have his ears
Smoke-
cut.
I
the whole-
apologize.
Yeah.
Absolutely nobody.
Everyone's getting it.
Nah,
Like,
it'll be
Ange
crazy.
rated
He'd be
FIFA
the type of guy
everywhere.
to have like a list of shit. Oh, on this game, they booed my
Yeah,
substitution.
yeah.
On
Yeah.
this game, they
He'll
booed this.
go
On this
through
game, they done that.
word. So this journalist, mate, you said this, mate. And literally,
What
every
now?
single
What now,
one.
mate? He's talking now,
Yeah,
mate.
that would be it, good. Like, honestly.
That'd be crazy.
And then at the end of it, they'll build him a statue. Crazy.
And then he'll leave their asses anyway because he hates them. But yes, talking about managers and what they say. Chelsea. So we all know that Chelsea are looking at having a new striker. That is on the cards, and Liam Delap is apparently the main guy that they want. But Maresca said something very interesting, and it sent Chelsea fans into an absolute meltdown. Dan, I don't know if you saw it on Twitter. I know. Hey, listen, David. I know you don't definitely see this, but like, here's what he said. He said, "My perfect number 9 is exactly Nico Jackson. We already have a number 9. It's not summer now. If we can have a copy of Nico, it's okay. We have. I've said many times. You will see. I've said this many times, and you can see as well. With Nico, we are a better team. Nico is the one we need." So he's now coming out backing Nicholas Jackson as his number 9. But then I think that would be fine by itself. But then he said, "That's the kind of guy that I want. That is the profile that I want." And then I think people in the Chelsea world has taken that as, oh, he doesn't want another profile. He's going to move away from Delap. What does he want? We don't need more Nicholas Jacksons. Dan, hearing that, what do you think he's trying to say in that? And do you think Chelsea are going to move away from their striking targets just because my man said he likes Nicholas Jackson?
I don't know how much power he has in terms of recruitment, but I think what he's saying is clear as day. He's got his style of football that he wants to play, and he's not going to go away from it. And Nicholas Jackson ticks all the boxes that he wants in terms of profile. He probably wants a little bit more quality in terms of Nicholas Jackson and what he's done so far, and maybe a bit more consistency. But yeah, to be honest, from what I've seen from Maresca, I realistically wouldn't be backing him too much going forwards in terms of his recruitment and what he thinks about certain players, to be honest with you.
You're saying your manager's got crap talent ID?
Yeah. I don't know what he's seen in Reece James to play him as a centre midfielder.
So,
number 1. You want me to keep going?
Yeah, and here's the thing as well. Like, thank you, Rahman. He says, in terms of numbers, Liam Delap is doing fantastic. I think he's scored 12 Premier League goals already. The way he plays and fights, but I'm happy with Jackson as my number 9 striker. Like David, is he just doing the manager thing of gassing his own player to make sure he gets the best out of them? Or are you actually concerned that he's serious that no, Nicholas Jackson is his guy and he doesn't really want a new number 9?
Considering that, Chelsea fans, if the ones that live on Twitter, considering they've been briefed by every single media that Chelsea are doing all the work that they can to get a brand new number 9, a manager coming out and saying, "I think Nicholas Jackson, the striker I currently have, who's going to play up front for me tomorrow, is quite good." I don't think I need to worry about that too much, because yeah, he can say Nicholas Jackson is great. That doesn't mean he doesn't want somebody else to come in and play with Nicholas Jackson or give Nicholas Jackson competition. He said the best thing, he said it'd be ideal if I had 2 Nicholas Jacksons. Why? Because when we had no Nicholas Jackson, we were terrible, really bad. We had to deal with another he who shall not be named up front, because that guy is playing. He's a 10. He's not
Mr. Wait till Nkuku gets back, not him.
And Cuckoo is not a 9. He is a 10 at best.
I just love the fact that Nkunku's now rattling Chelsea fans because they now go, "Oh my god, he's got a balloon in his sock every game and we never see it."
Yeah.
It's just the thing again with Nkunku. The thing that annoys me is that he's not a bad player, but we don't play to how it would make him look like a good player. So of course he's going to look terrible, but obviously no one wants to look into that. People are just like, "Oh, he didn't score today. He's really bad." It's like, okay, cheers, mate. It's great analysis. But yeah, no, Nicholas Jackson very clearly is very important to how Chelsea play football. So of course our manager's going to come out and say he's really important to the way that we play football. It's like, we'd obviously love to have 2 Cole Palmers. We'd love to have 2 Enzo Fernandezes. We'd love to have 2 Caicedos. We'd love to have 2 Reece James. It's the same
Have
thing.
two Nicholas Jackson.
Your medical department would love two Reece Jameses. Okay, now
Oh, that'd be
they'd never
brilliant.
be.
No, they'd both be injured
No,
at the same time.
mate. They've got worse in Fofana and Lavia. You know.
Yeah, two Lavias. We need two of everyone. But yeah,
Chelsea fans, do you not want Delap?
I'd take him. I don't
Yeah.
think he's like the be all and end all, but I'd
Yeah,
definitely
exactly.
take him. Joe,
Again,
obviously, like Joe Shields, obviously is well aware of him. Who's been massive in our recruitment recently, as well as Maresca does know him as well. So I think that's why Maresca probably spoke about him, because most managers wouldn't speak about another team's player, and that would sort of suggest to me that he knows him on a better level than most other managers with no other players that they're recruiting. I think.
Yeah, I hope you don't get Delap, man. I'll be okay.
For
with that.
30
I can't believe Cunha's being snobby about the lap here. You have Havertz and Jesus up front. The
Yeah,
lap
but
would start for Arsenal.
Yeah, but and everyone's saying we need a number 9. So what?
Yeah,
I don't understand. I'm also
the lap
saying
is a
that.
good Premier League 9.
He's not that much better than Nicholas Bentner. Stop this, man.
Oh,
Bro, go and watch the tapes, bro. Go and watch the tapes.
I watched the tape.
Go and watch the tapes, bro.
Nicholas Bentner had no
If Chelsea are telling me they're gonna shoot up the table with Delap as their main striker, I'm laughing at that, bro. He's a decent striker, bro. Do well like a Brighton, a Bournemouth or something, but not at Chelsea. Man.
Yo, I couldn't let who hurt you with this Delap, brother. What's
Bro,
going
no
on?
one's hurt. Like
You
that's
know
just
it-
my opinion,
know
man.
it is.
Like,
I know it is. I know it is.
I don't rate these strikers of now. I don't rate them.
Let me tell you
I
what
don't
it
rate
is.
them, man.
It is.
There's like 3 good
You're
strikers in
not-
world
let
football.
me tell you what it is, bro. Your Niger boy, yeah, Victor, should have been the guy being linked to the Man United's first choice for Chelsea, or the first choice for Liverpool. But instead of seeing your Niger boy in the star in the headlights, he's getting overlooked by pasty boy, English boy, Liam Delap. And that is
Fantastic. I love that. I'd rather he
That is
goes
what
than
it is.
my Niger boy, so I have a reason to not hate him. That's fantastic for me. Please don't go to Chelsea or Seaman. I beg you, please. You and Palmer linking up is a long thing for the Premier League. I beg, please. Delap all the way, man. Delap.
I just don't see how you can look at a striker who's got 15, who's like on course for 15 goals in that Ipswich team, where the guy feeding him the most chances is a man called Sammy Schmodix.
All right, Tom.
And go,
Tom.
oh, you know what? He's not good enough.
All right, Tom, I have a question for you. Like, I don't know if you're old enough to have seen Kevin Phillips, but he got 30 goals one season, and I never wanted him at my club, bro. So, like, all this one, he scored this because I don't care about all that, man.
Yeah, but he's not the same type of player as Kevin Phillips, couldn't they?
No, but I'm just giving an example. Someone that scored a lot of goals at a dead team. Like, it don't matter, bro. He's not the guy. I don't believe he's a decent player.
Yeah.
You lot sign him then. You lot sign him. Liverpool sign him. I don't rate him. Like, you lot are forcing me to rate a guy that is average.
30 million quid. 30 million quid nowadays is like 10 million quid 7 years ago.
That's what I was going to say.
I'm getting an English player who's got near 15 Premier League goals for 10 million quid.
Average, no problem. But if you're saying a striker that's going to push Chelsea up the table, potentially challenge for titles, Delap's not a guy that does it for me.
The stat here is saying, apparently, the stat is that Delap has a better conversion rate than 26-year-old Victor Osimhen in Turkey.
Fantastic, man.
Yeah, listen, Liam Delap, I like Liam Delap. He's my kind of player. Listen, if you're quick and you're strong and you can tell all that, you can just breeze past the player like it's nothing, and you can ross it into the back of the net. That's my kind of guy. Liam Delap does that, you know? So I like Liam Delap. I think you're being harsh. I do think you're being harsh. I do agree that if you're Arsenal or you're Liverpool and you want to, and Chelsea, to be fair, in terms of you want to challenge for the Premier League next season, is Liam Delap your go-to season striker who's going to get you 20 league goals and win the league? I don't think he's that. I think he's a good...
If Chelsea are top 6 side then now, is that what we're saying? If he's coming to Chelsea to get them into the top 6, great signing, bro.
No one's saying that, but Chelsea are going to have Nicholas Jackson next season. If their front 2 options are Jackson and Delap, I think that's a solid strike partnership.
It'd be better at Osimhen and Jackson, though, personally. But I prefer them to
obviously,
get
but they don't want Osimhen.
Oh, fair enough.
Like if their main target's Delap, do you want Delap?
Whoa, wait. So
I want them to get Delap, if I'm honest.
Tom, you don't want Osimhen?
I wouldn't take him out. Arsenal, definitely not.
Me, he's not my top target. He's not like on my list of guys I go for.
Who is higher, Delap or Osimhen on your list?
Delap.
Okay, David, You don't want Osimhen.
No, too expensive, mate. Ruins the
Okay.
whole vibe.
Okay.
Them
Dan, do
wages as
you
well.
want Osimhen?
Yes, I would take Osimhen all day over Liam Delap, but my club don't operate in the way that I believe that they should.
And then, Cunha, if it's Delap or obviously Osimhen, you're picking Osimhen. But it's opposite Osimhen or Gyökeres. Who are you picking?
Oh boy, this is Wahala.
Back your boy.
This is a tough
No,
one.
goals in Portugal way heavy, but goals in the Prem don't.
Hey, do you know what? I'll pick Osimhen. I'm not gonna lie, man.
Hey, there it is.
I'm not gonna
There
go
it
on
is.
my country,
There it
man.
is.
Let's be honest.
I was gonna say I was gonna lose it when you were debating that. I was gonna say 14 penalties in Portugal. Is that what we're putting on this top level now? 14 penalties. A man who can only score channel runs.
I didn't pick him, so there's no need to discuss that. Is it?
Well, it's going to be an interesting one for the summer because obviously Liam Delap is wanted by, I would probably say, 85% of the Premier League wants Liam Delap.
It would actually be really funny if Arsenal got linked with the lap now.
The 30 million clause, I think helps that, because 40 million, a lot of the smaller clubs probably be like, can we afford that plus outpay the bigger teams with wages? Don't know. But when they see the 30 mil, it gives everyone in the
What did they pay for him? Like,
He's
they
a decent
can't be
They
backup
paid
striker.
20.
Like,
They paid 20. I
backup
think it was
striker
20
would be
million.
No, they
They
paid
must be
15.
fuming.
It would've been-
They could have
it
been
would've been
getting like
20.
50, 60 million,
It
off
would
of
have been
15
20 if
goals
they
and
stayed up.
stuff.
So it was 15 million with 5 million if they stayed up. And that's
fair enough.
why the release clause is in there, because I think City also have a buyback in there. But
Yeah,
I don't know how
but
expensive
he's
that
not.
is.
They're not gonna. Apparently, they're not looking at triggering that because why would they? They've got.
I mean, if they were smart, they'd trigger it and then just sell them.
That is also true.
Because
That
you'll
is
get
also
more than
true.
30.
But then, what if no one pays?
Then
you've
you've
just
got
got this
Yeah,
player.
30 is
then
like
you've got
relatively
a really
risk
solid
free,
backup.
isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, but then you've got a disgruntled player because he doesn't want to be back up. That's the whole thing. He's like, I'm gonna get.
Clubs have done that in the past, though. I can't
Yeah,
think
no,
who,
it's
but clubs have
doable.
definitely done that.
Yeah, people have done that for sure. But hey, we'll see where the lap goes. I actually do hope it's Man United.
I mean,
Because-
PSG done it, didn't he?
Hmm.
With
Or like Leipzig done it with Xavi Simons or something.
oh no, PSG. They bought him from. They bought him
PSV.
back from
They brought him from
PSV.
PSV. That was
Loaned him out and
and
then
then sold him again.
sold him.
again. Yeah. It was crazy. But
I know, done it. Fucking Real Madrid done it a couple of years, not a couple now, a long time ago with Negredo.
yeah.
Mm.
See, here's the thing, Docu the Goat. They could be looking at him. But is Liam Delap going to be, you know what, yeah? Second choice to Erling Haaland. I'm 22 years old, back off a good season, and I want to sit on the bench for most of the season.
And
Granted,
Marmoush can play
That's
up front.
that's the best shout for him, mate. That's a better look for him as number 2 to Haaland, man. That's his.
number 2
That
to
makes more
Haaland,
sense
and
as
you
a
got
number 2.
Marmoush. I don't know if you would go
Yeah,
for
that
that
works, man.
personally.
He'll
Like,
get games, man. He'll get games though.
How? When?
Hey, Alvarez got games, but he just won everything in football, so he had a lot of options, innit? So he left.
Yeah,
all
but
I'm saying is-
Alvarez ended up playing in midfield more often.
Yeah,
now,
number
because
10
he just
with
wouldn't move
Haaland.
Haaland.
Yeah.
I'm hearing, but would if he was at City this season, he would have got games. Let's be honest.
Yeah, now
Yeah,
because Flynn got injured. He got injured now at the back end of the season.
Hindsight's a
would've
wonderful
got
thing,
games.
isn't it?
Yeah,
He would've
all
got
I'm
games.
saying is I think if it's the lap, you're gonna go to Chelsea or Man United because they're offering you first team football straight away. If you don't go to there, you've got Newcastle, you've got Brighton, you've got even West Ham. They need a striker. If you want game time, go chat to them, man. There, but I'm not too sure about Man City personally. But guys, let us know in the comments what you think Liam Delap should do. Should he pick Chelsea? Should he pick someone like Man United, or should he go for someone else? Let us know, guys. I hope you guys are enjoying the show. I know I am. You know what, Terry's a good guy. But sometimes he needs a break in it. Sometimes you just need to refresh up the thing. So that's why I'm here. He's currently out with his friends, enjoying himself. So guys, make sure you like the video for Terry and subscribe to the Football Terrace. Terry is not on holiday. He'll be back tomorrow. Don't worry about that. He's just having a night out with his friends, and he can do that because they're allowed to. Right, listen, Tom. The thing that everyone said is not going to happen happened. The reason why Liverpool are finished is because Mo Salah won't sign. FSG are fools. They don't know what they're doing, and Mo Salah hates them, and he's leaving. And Liverpool.
Yeah.
But today at around 11 a.m., the chair picture comes up, and next thing you know, boom, Mo Salah signs. He has signed a new deal for 2 years at 40 million over the course of 2 years. Tom, I know you're buzzing about this, so we'll let you speak about how it makes you feel. But after that, you need to tell us: do you think Mo Salah will continue on what he's doing now, or would he go down the Aubameyang route where he finally gets his P's and then drops off?
First of all, very happy that we're keeping not only the best player on the planet in Mohamed Salah, but the best centre-back on the planet in Virgil van Dijk at the football club for the next 2 years. The manager deserves, after the last summer where he got nothing, the chance to rebuild the squad with an element of stability by keeping the two key corner pieces of that team in terms of Salah and Van Dijk. I'm glad that we finally came to a compromise on it. He deserves that money. He's been Liverpool's best player for the best part of 8 years. I'm glad that we're going to see it go to 10 years. As a football romantic, I'd love to see him get a testimonial. Whatever happened to testimonials, but I'd love to see him get a testimonial for 10 years at the football club. In terms of, is it the right decision? If I look at it from a footballing sense, yes, because even if he doesn't put up this level of number, which I'm not expecting him to, I can't expect him to put record-breaking numbers forward every year. If he just averages back out to his mean for the next 2 years, I'm getting 25 goals, 12, 13, 14 assists. I'll take that every day of the week. If I get that across 2 years, that's going to leave me in very good standing if we put the right pieces around in that squad to go back and retain a title or go back and go that next step further in the Champions League. Everyone's gone on about this Aubameyang thing. I heard the exact same thing when he signed his last deal. And since then, he's put forward 2 of his best seasons ever. One was curtailed a little bit by an injury, but, 2 really good seasons numbers-wise. So I'm not stressed about that. This is a model professional. This is one of the best players in Premier League history. I think he's like 50-odd goal and assists away from that record of most goal contributions in Premier League history. He'll 100% have an eye on that as something by the end of this 2-year stretch. And look, we're in a good position with it now. I mean, I'll have to do this whole circus again in the 26-27 season if he's performing very well, of the will he won't he with his contract.
Nah,
but
I think you don't have to. I think he would just be like, I'm done. Like, thank you.
If he's still performing at a high level and he's close to some records, he'll stay. And that's the one thing about it. Which
should retire at Liverpool personally.
I'd hope he does, but it doesn't make any business sense for players to retire at football clubs anymore, unfortunately. But the one thing that this does do is it does put the right wing position to a weird spot again, because obviously I know that we're going to touch on Hujsen in a bit, and the Van Dijk stuff is relevant to that. If Mohamed Salah plays every single game, barely ever gets injured, and barely ever gets subbed off. So trying to find the succession plan to Mohamed Salah that we're going to need after he goes, it's very hard to sell being the backup that doesn't get to play to any player. Chiesa has done it this year, and we got away with it because for 6 months he was injured. So he couldn't exactly complain about not playing then. But we're talking about trying to find the successor to Salah. Imagine if we try and go to some young 21-year-old winger and go, listen, we want you to replace Mohamed Salah. He's going in 2 years' time. But before then, you're going to sit on the bench for 2 years. You'll get games in the Carabao Cup. You'll get games in the FA Cup. And you'll get 5 minutes against Southampton when we're 4-0 up. And the game's dead and buried. Enjoy.
No, but you if you get a versatile forward, man, it's not necessarily going to look like that. I hear what you're saying, but that's why
I
you
would
need to look
agree,
into getting
I
someone.
would agree, Cunha, if my manager liked versatile forwards, but he doesn't, because we have some and he refuses to use them in other
Yeah,
positions.
Gakpo, he's not played striker at all on the slot, has he?
Diogo Jota hasn't played on the wings. Nunes
Yeah.
hasn't played on the wings. Diaz, if
Diaz has
both
played through
strikers,
the middle and on the left.
if both strikers weren't injured against Leverkusen, Diaz wouldn't have played up front. He would have played Jota. He clearly has his mind set on the fact that his squad is built with players playing one position.
Yeah, but if he brings in someone that he trusts, maybe he has a change of heart, because I don't see a situation where Liverpool make the same mistake and being in a situation where Salah could leave and they don't have a replacement. That's the last thing you want to put yourself. I know it's not going to be easy to find that guy, Tom. I agree with you, but that's really what you guys need to do in the next ideally this summer, at the very latest next summer, innit? Because it's going to be long for you otherwise.
Next summer is probably the best time in terms of I'll come in and sit for a year, but he is going.
Mm-hmm.
So
even then you can like loan him out for a year, and it's a little bit more sort of understandable, like what we've done with that. What's his name?
Jordan, well, there's beef happening with that apparently, because my man wants to stay on loan again, but Liverpool may not want to do that. Want him to sit
we kind of need him considering we're selling Kelleher, and Alisson Becker loves an injury. So I understand you want to stay in Valencia and keep fighting for mid-table.
But I think about more about game time though. Like again, coming to Liverpool.
Kelleher's played more games than Alisson has this year.
Yeah, it's not guaranteed that's going to happen, though, is it?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
David, Alisson has picked up an injury every single season for the past 5 years.
So he's one season closer to not picking up an injury.
Oh, there we go. well, it's the same thing happened with Reece James, isn't it? We're going to get a Reece James injury-free season soon. He's 1 year closer to it.
Yeah, he's 1 year closer to it. I've got to believe.
Wait, Tom, who has a better Premier League legacy, Mahrez or Salah?
I mean, I'm going to say Salah, because Salah's isn't done yet.
Well, wait, why would you? How can you even entertain
that's a very sort of out there question.
Hey, KJ, it's an argument, man. Because what's the
argument for who?
Mahrez won PFA Player of the Year at Leicester, and won a league title at Leicester. He's got 4 Premier League titles.
But he's like the third guy in that.
He's got a treble. I think in the treble season he was the top scorer for City. I'm not saying I think he's had a better
in the treble season he was the top scorer for City.
I'm just saying it's
hold on, come on. Did you say in the
behind...
treble season he was the top
he
scorer
was
for
Man
City?
City's top scorer.
Nah, he wasn't. Haaland was there.
Oh no, sorry.
Haaland broke every single record.
The year before the treble season.
Okay. I get what you're saying. It's an interesting argument, but the thing
I'm not saying I think he is.
I know. You just put it out there, which is fair enough. You've said why, that there's logic behind it. But I think with legacies as well, it is also how that person has impacted the league. And as much as Mahrez had that amazing season with Leicester, and also was a part of the City team that's doing all this stuff, Salah has just been in the forefront for what? How long has he been at Liverpool? Like 8 years?
Yeah, 8 years since 2017.
8 years straight.
So 4 Prems is a joke thing, KJ?
No, I'm not saying it's a joke thing. I'm not saying it's a joke thing. But if we're gonna do a comparison, I don't know. There's something about Mahrez.
Is Salah doing that at Leicester? Is Salah doing that season at Leicester? Is he?
Probably not. No, probably not. Because man was flopping.
But again, with the Leicester thing, Mahrez is he's like the third guy. Do you know what I mean? It's Vardy, Kante.
He's the third guy, but he's the one that won the PFA Player of the Year that year.
He's the third. But that season.
What are you talking about here, bro? That season, obviously the Premier League didn't think so, but I appreciate your opinion, David. I appreciate your opinion, but the Premier.
I'm saying it with chest.
No, but that's great for you.
We've had. Hey, Cuhna, we've had many chats this week about how awards don't necessarily. Do you know what I mean? We've had those chats. We've had those chats.
Haven't we just the amount of times I've seen it?
Now, big up Salah. Salah's my guy, man.
I'm just trying to rattle I've ever seen before.
I was literally just trying to rattle you, Tom. Big up.
It will be Mo Salah, but I'm sorry, it belongs in the conversations with Ronaldo and Henry and Hazard. Mm-hmm. I think Mahrez, personally, just for me, he's in that one below where you think he should get more, But then when you think about it, it's still like a. But no, you know what I
Mahrez is
mean?
with like the Sterlings and all them lot. He
I wouldn't
doesn't chat.
argue-
He doesn't chat to table one of the wingers.
Does Sterling have a bigger legacy than Mahrez?
I think Mahrez is above Sterling for sure. The Leicester thing holds him up higher than Sterling.
I was going to say, I think the Leicester thing
Let's
is
not
a
do that.
big. Is a
People
big
are underrating the Leicester thing now. Are we
No, the
talking
Leicester-
down
no, the
about it
Leicester
now?
thing,
I've
that
been
is-
bigging it up for how many years? Now we're talking
No, no.
down because Salah's
No. The Leicester thing is the
Mad-
greatest
mad.
achievement.
Yeah, it's the greatest
Premier
achievement in
League
Premier League history.
like ever.
It's not even.
No
I'm not-
one has ever gone from 4th worst team in the Premier League to Premier League champions in the next season.
Who was
It's
the
never
best
happened.
player that season, KJ?
Kante.
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 No, but what does the record book say?
Oh, there we go.
Get the quotes up.
I'm
Get the
asking a
quotes up.
question, bro. I'm asking, what does it say?
Get the
What-
quotes
wait,
up.
What's it Dan said? Because he has something to say about every Zinedine Zidane. Apparently, he says something about every top player. What's it Dan said? Honest to
The
God.
Dan said about what?
Oh no! I get what Tom's saying.
All
yeah.
week we've been doing this Gerrard Scholes Lampard. Apparently, just any midfielder plays a game of football. Zidane says, "Oh, they're good, them, aren't they?" So I'm assuming Zidane said something about this debate.
I've
he
not,
always
I've
says
not
something.
heard it, man. Hey, comment section, let us know if there's a
Yeah,
damn
let us know who's got the better.
Smash the
You
like.
know what? Yeah, Vardy, Mahrez, Kante. Who was the guy in
It was
that?
Kante.
Why are we
Because-
asking questions?
You know,
Just
it
type
was-
in
it was
PFA
Kante,
Player of the Year
100%.
and they'll tell you,
Because
bro.
you
PFA
could put
Player of the
Kante
Year.
in any team in the world and he'd make it better. But if you put Mahrez into any team in the world, it wouldn't necessarily propel it to like its next level.
To be fair, he did struggle in his first. I remember he struggled in his first year at City, and then towards the end of his time at City, he was more of a like bench player. He wasn't really getting played that much and stuff like that. So
I don't know, man. He was
I
getting
mean,
played,
even
man.
if I want to be
Don't check
cynical,
the stats. He was starting games.
Vardy that year they won the title. He had the 11 goals in 11 games thing. He broke that record.
Vardy was.
He had that moment.
Oh. Remember that volley again? Was he against? Was he against?
It was against
Oh,
us.
it's you, man,
Oh
innit?
no! Is it a volley or is it a half volley? Because that's been the other thing going around this week.
Oh, with Adam Water with Crystal Palace.
Is it a volley? Is that Jamie Vardy goal a volley? Because it's coming
it
down from a
bounced.
height, or is it a
It
half
bounced.
volley because it's
As
bounced?
soon as it
bounced.
bounces,
It's
a
a
half
half.
volley. Let's
Yeah.
not get twisted. It's
Yeah,
still
I was
crazy.
always with that, but now there's this whole new definition about it being hit just as it
Yeah.
comes off the floor.
Gen
makes it
Z is
half.
changing everything, bro, man.
Wait,
I don't
what?
know.
Wait, what are we doing?
Woke,
What's
utter
the-
woke nonsense.
Yeah.
Woke
So
nonsense.
apparently
If
now,
it bounces, it's a half volley, isn't it? In like headers
if
and
you hit
volleys.
the ball, as it's coming up off the floor, that's a half volley.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
too
100%.
technical, mate. Like that's ridiculous.
Nah, man.
That's
If
standard.
it touches the floor half volley,
It was
end
always
off, man.
if it bounced
Yeah.
and you connected with afterwards, it was half volley.
Yeah,
Always.
let's just quickly say, let's just quickly see what the guys are saying in the chat. Kante, Mahrez, and Vardy from Dems Bright. Jamie is saying Vardy carried Mahrez. Yeah, that's crazy. Chill saying respect Daddy Drinkwater. You know what?
We forgot. Where's Morgan?
Where's
That's what I'm
Morgan?
saying. Morgan comes
Yeah,
forward.
Where's
Robert Hoof,
Morgan
like let's keep
and
it.
Robert Hoof.
Yeah,
were-
Chris, bring up all the players you know.
Mark Albright was the guy on that left wing keeping the
Hey,
width.
bring up all the players you know, but when you type in PFA
Shinji
Player of the Year,
Okazaki. Shinji
Oh,
Players
Okazaki doing
Player
all
of
the
the
dirty
Year,
work.
But
you'll see
Aloha
Riyad
as well, got
Mahrez
so many
there,
goals.
man.
Come
Kante,
on,
Mahrez, and then
And
Vardy,
no one was
Kante,
debating it at
Mahrez.
the time, so boy, I don't know why we're debating it now.
So you had Kante, Mahrez, Vardy. Kante made Chelsea pay 45 million for Drinkwater.
That's true.
If Vardy didn't score all those goals, they wouldn't win it. That is also true. Vardy is
Who set up a lot of those goals? When Vardy was suspended for a couple games, who scored the winning goals in those games? You lot are forgetting, man.
You know what?
Remember that
Every
Mahrez
game.
goal against Chelsea, David? How good was that?
Aye,
he
well,
was on
that
fire.
last minute winner
Do you remember
against
that?
Watford when Vardy was suspended. Hey, he came up trumps, man. Let's not do that.
No. Yeah, listen, we respect Mahrez. We do respect Mahrez.
Yeah,
here
respect
at
it.
Football
I'm just saying you look.
We
I'm not
respect
saying
Mahrez.
he had a better legacy than
Salah,
necessarily
yeah.
Salah, but
You're
the way you
not
got
saying it, but you tried to
disrespecting,
argue the point
but the
for
way you're
about 10 minutes
disrespecting
now.
Mahrez's thing is crazy
I'm not
to me. You know, man.
disrespecting it. I'm not.
Kante's got a better legacy than Salah.
Ooh.
I think he does.
Ooh, hey Dan, that is nasty work, bro.
No, that's fact,
I'm
mate.
out.
Without just the
Ooh.
prem, I'm talking
I
about.
don't know, you know.
Shit.
He does.
No, because there was a point. There was a point when hey, I'll never forget.
Tom's just
before the Champions League
hey,
final,
Tom's finished with that
when
one, bro.
Pep,
Hey.
when Pep
Look at how many
broke
goals
down,
he scored, by the way.
when Pep broke down
Hey,
what Kante
Tom's
does
sweating,
and
bro.
how he's got to change what he's doing.
I've never seen
When
him
Pep did
speechless
that,
on the terrace.
Nah, on Kante.
Because you know what? Do you know what? I'm not. I can't argue legacy between positions, but do you know what? There's a very strong argument for Kante to be in an all-time Premier League 11. Just on
Yeah, okay, you know what?
100%.
It's very hard to
Yes,
it's
Minister
very hard to
Society.
cross over.
Yes, Minister Society.
But
Correct.
if we just go, but it's not.
I'm putting a lot of praise on that Champions League final performance as well, because that Champions League final performance against City in 2021, his last really good game. Like I think that was kind of the end.
It was
alongside
Real
Kante.
Madrid in the semi-finals was
But
unbelievable.
he was fucking everywhere.
Yeah,
Oh
here's
my
the thing:
God.
you can't compare the position like by numbers and stuff like that and by statistics. No, but just pure legacy. Kante did World Cup, Champions League, and Premier League back to back.
And maybe Euros was in there as well.
No.
No,
He weren't. He weren't part
Did
of
you not in it? Did you not get
No,
picked?
Payet was the one out of the Premier that got picked that year.
Yeah.
I don't think Kante was in it.
And if he was in it, he was bit part in it.
Like-
Also, Portugal lost. Portugal won it, not France.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, true.
But he does
Okay,
have a nation.
no.
Wait. He does have a Nations League. There is a Nations League that he's got as well. So
Ah.
don't forget that.
Alright, no, let him rep that.
Yeah, but Premier League, Champions League, World Cup is crazy.
From when he won the league at Leicester.
Oh
he
no,
was the
Danny
best-
Walshy, why are you throwing that
he
in
was
there?
the-
That
he
last
was the
comment,
best
KJ, is
midfielder,
nasty
man.
work,
He was
bro.
the best
That last
midfielder
comment by
for
Danny
all
Walshy, that is nasty work. Because you can't ask Mahrez that same question, bro. That's
Oi.
nasty, Danny.
Oi.
That's nasty.
So wait,
Danny.
you tell me Salah ain't got an AFCON?
Nah, G. Mahrez
Wait,
has though.
they won it back to back. Didn't they win it back
Not
to
with
back?
not with Salah,
Yeah,
man.
not he went in the squads.
With like Mido and them man there.
He sucked him to two finals and lost them both.
Wait,
What, and Algeria have won it, yeah?
Algeria won it with
Yeah, they
Mahrez,
won it,
and,
man. Long
and
day,
Senegal
bro. Long
won
day.
it with Mane. Boy, it's looking a bit.
Salah's
bad.
been poor for Egypt as well every time I've seen.
And Mahrez turned up big in the
We're not doing
semi-final
this
for that
rewriting of
Kind of reminded me of
That-
Osimhen for Nigeria. This
that year where the last time Egypt got to AFCON final, Mohamed Salah scored or assisted every single goal
Can't draw me out.
on Ruth.
Wait, is it possible to say in AFCON history, Sebastian Haller has got a bigger legacy than Mo Salah?
Oh my days.
I don't watch AFCON. I don't
Wait,
know.
Easy.
He scored the goal.
I
like,
might
to
have
come
started
after
this,
he
but
came back
you
on
lot
the
have
pitch.
gone nasty with this, bro.
It's just a question. I don't believe it. I'm just asking.
That's like saying, no, I'm not even gonna do that.
But hey, Haller, that tournament was a bit. It was brazy.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, but it's one tournament though.
Just came
Yeah,
back
but
off. Just cured from cancer as well. The whole story is mad. You know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying
Big up,
in AFCON, like, and plus that team lost their manager, like, and they got the assistant come in, man did the thing, took them all the way.
Beat us
Nah.
in.
Wait. I'm gonna do one better. Hey, Mane has a better AFCON legacy than Salah,
That's fair though, but he won. But he's like
and
he won it.
he dunked on his head top in the final as well.
Yeah,
man.
exactly. and he was
I
very
mean,
influential.
he
Man.
missed the pen in normal time.
That's not what the record book says. though.
No, I'm on about the last time they got to the final.
When was the last final? When
2022.
Yeah. Oh, was it? I thought it was when Abubakar beat Egypt. No,
No, the last time.
Cameroon.
No, you're
I'll
right,
be honest.
you're right.
I'll be honest.
Yeah,
The last time.
Cameroon.
No.
Wait, has Onana got a flipping?
Nah, Senegal. Senegal.
Nah,
Senegal.
Nana don't have that.
Oh, I was
Wait.
gonna say, ooh, I was gonna say that.
Wait,
that would be
wait,
some
wait, wait,
nasty work.
Wait a minute. Hey.
There's no way.
I want to get back to talking about Premier League. How's my Mo Salah new contract ended up on this?
Tom's AFCON knowledge is lacking.
Lad, I know Abu Trika and that's about it. I know Yaya didn't win one. I think it was Yaya who didn't win one.
Oh no, he wasn't selected. Oof.
Yeah, ooh, you fortunate brother, Tom. You fortunate brother. You
right,
are
that
a
was
fortunate
crazy.
guy. Ooh, that was a close one. That was. But anyway,
Yeah,
yes,
that
guys.
I know that I know that Drogba had the stinker in the final where they lost. To
Nah.
Zambia. That's
Drogba
about
won it. Drogba won it, man.
Nah, he didn't.
No, but I'm saying
Nah,
Drogba.
Nah, he ain't got
Who won it?
AFCON, bro.
Who won it then from Chelsea?
Hey,
Someone
Yaya
won it
and
from
them
Chelsea.
man there. Yaya.
Yeah. All right, listen, guys. Listen,
Mikel
Fabinho
won
and
it.
them.
everyone.
Mikel, that's it. Mikel, you're right,
Yeah.
David. Mikel, that's true.
Everyone in the
All
chat.
I'm gonna say is Didier Drogba in the AFCON final
Who
against
did
Zambia.
Mikel
Put
win
it
it
on.
for again?
mute all.
The
Mute all of
Super
you.
Eagles, mate.
We need to move on
One
because
better
I
than
did
Truce
not
to Con.
expect AFCON chat today, and I'm happy for it. I'm here for it. We need more AFCON chat. We need more AFCON chat. We need. You know
we're
what we
not
need
like
as well?
Carragher. We put respect on AFCON.
We need
Yeah,
more
big up
Copa
the Terrace,
America
man.
chat because that competition is wild as well. When you see fans in the stands, do not snozz. Crazy.
We just need to stay up for it, mate. That's it.
Yeah, that's the problem. It is late on in late. But talking about late, we're getting later into the evening, but we've got one more topic to do, and then we're out of here, people. Stay tuned. Make sure you smash that like button for all of us on the panel who are talking AFCON. Come on now, and then subscribe to the Football Terrace. So, is it a Football Terrace show without talking about Arsenal? Can we actually do it? I thought we was going to, and then I remembered I'm not allowed to because contractually I might lose my job. Sorry, Terry, for dropping the deets on the contract. But I have to talk about Arsenal. I'm joking, I don't, but I decided to anyway. Listen, Arsenal obviously 3-0 Real Madrid. We understand. Amazing moment. Declan Rice did it twice. Moreno looking a better striker than Rasmus Højlund. You know what I'm saying? Like it was just a beautiful, beautiful night. Like Mbappe looking dumbfounded. Vinny had a stinker. Jude was tucking in his shirt, but not tucking in goals. Like it was just one of them days, isn't it? It was just one of them days. But I'm not asking about that because I think everyone spoke about it the last 2 days.
Feel free to. I'm here for it, just in case.
Maybe at the end. But we need to speak about transfers because obviously Real Madrid are wanting a centre back, yeah, and there've been links to William Saliba recently coming out saying that he's the favourite. I don't think Saliba leaves, but Arsenal are in talks for another centre back, and that is Dean Hujsen of Bournemouth, who not only has interest from Arsenal, but Chelsea, Liverpool, and Real Madrid all looking at him with his £50 million release clause. Conley, is Hujsen a centre back that you would want Arsenal to sign? And if you did, how does he fit in with the Gabriel Saliba partnership that they've got locked down right now?
I like him, but I don't like it because for me, I'm hoping they're just trying to rattle Real Madrid as like linked to a player that they're interested in for the second leg. I hope that's all it is personally, because I don't like if we sign him, then that might be like a security for maybe something that could be happening next season. And I don't like all these type of things because for the sheer fact that he's linked with Madrid, it's a bit spooky for me. Quality centre back as well. He's had a decent season at Bournemouth. I still need to see a little bit more of him to get overexcited. I need two seasons to get excited about players, not just one. But he's a decent player. I'll be honest, it'll be very difficult for anyone to displace those two right now. But we've seen in a situation where Saliba got injured and we struggled towards the back end of the season. Gabriel's injured right now. A lot of people are panicking, having to deal with Kivior. I don't know, man. I think we need to deal with a lot more attacking situations first before we look into anything at the back. But he's a decent defender, definitely.
Dan, what do you think about Arsenal going in for him? Obviously, you being a Chelsea fan, you're after everyone, and he's one of the players that you're looking into. But from an Arsenal perspective, is he actually someone needed in that team?
Unless Saliba's going, I don't think so. I just feel like Arsenal have got priorities elsewhere in the squad to do squad building rather than Hujsen. I think he's a good player, by the way, but I kind of agree with Cunha. I'd like to see another year, preferably if Chelsea were going to sign him or Arsenal or someone like that. I want to know a little bit more about him. I feel like Bournemouth have been a really like sort of up and down team this year. They're 5 games without a win at home. They're not in great form at the moment. No one's really talking about that, and they're kind of praising what they saw earlier on in the season. So for me, I just think you need to see a little bit more from him to sort of start suggesting he's worth that money. And for Arsenal as well, they signed a centre-back last year when they didn't really need one. So do they need to do that again? Like that'll be a few windows in a row signing centre-backs when they've got, glaring issues elsewhere in their squad.
Yeah, I agree with that. David, like if say he doesn't go Arsenal and he goes Chelsea, do you think that is a centre back you need in your back line which you can argue is your weakest part of your team, including your goalkeeper.
We've got one centre back who can't stay fit, so we do need another one. And Hujsen, again, quite young, but the quality is there. So like, I'd say yes. I'd be very happy to get Dean Hujsen. I actually would. I don't know if I'm going to. I'd quite like Zabiani over him personally.
Yeah, I think he's been really underrated this season.
I think Zabiani's arguably the better one, and especially for like in terms of a player stepping up into a bigger team. I think, especially for what Chelsea need, someone who's a bit more like physical and a bit more demanding. I think Zabiani's actually probably the better option, but I'd be very happy with either. But yeah, I don't know.
If you lot all want to pass on him, I'll take him.
I don't know how Bournemouth have ended up with both of these centre backs because it is a bit of a joke.
Crazy, isn't it?
No, it's
Like, absolutely.
and Kirk is next to him as well. Like, what is?
You know what's mad? Kirk, as you understand, because he played for AZ, and normally a Bournemouth, a Brighton, that's normally the step into the Premier League before they get a big move. Hujsen though was playing for Juve and Roma. How on earth they've allowed him?
It gets better, KJ. They sold him to buy Tadibo and didn't even buy Tadibo, and they've effectively sold Dean Hujsen to sign Lloyd Kelly.
Insane. This is what I mean. That is a FM transfer right there. It don't make no sense. It absolutely don't make no sense. Where did Zabani come from?
Ukraine.
I don't know what team.
Oh, Kiev. Okay, so again, that
Dinamo
makes
Kiev,
sense. That's the stepping stone club that you normally go into the Premier League. But yeah, Juve, they have made an absolute blunder with this kid. Like, I don't understand how he's done that. And I would love him at United as a centre back. His passing ability is crazy, but we're not going to go in for him. We are definitely out of that, so I'm not even going to mention us in that.
He has to keep playing wherever he goes. Like if he goes Arsenal, he's not guaranteed game time, and at his age and for his development, he needs to keep playing.
Right. But if he gets braids, he goes to Chelsea, though.
Stop that! If he came to Liverpool, because there are some word on the street that he's actually more likely at this stage to go Liverpool than anywhere else right now. Where would he fit in Liverpool's team?
Well, we've got a centre-back who likes an injury in Kante, and we also don't know what's happening with his future. But even if Kante does stay, we need to replace Van Dijk in 2 years' time. So he can come in and be
could still be this Salah, you just never know.
It could. We could have just re-signed Van Dijk to go sell him to Saudi for some money. Proper little cheapskate FSG. But I think that he could come to us and he could play a lot of games, because if we want to make sure Kante's fit for the big games, you have to not play him. So Hujsen would get a lot of games, and even then, we kind of need to start looking after Van Dijk a little bit more instead of playing him every single game in every single competition for 90 minutes straight. So you're able to take him out. I think there'll be a lot of minutes there for Dean Hujsen if he joined us. And there's an option that he can, the moment Van Dijk goes in 2 years' time, if he's performed well, he just takes that position.
Can he play fullback as well? I've not seen him. I'm just asking. Like,
all right, Mikel Arteta, do you want to buy any more centre-backs to play fullback?
I'm asking a question. I'm saying it gives him more options of games he can play for you. Like, that's what I was asking. Bro.
He wouldn't play at fullback for us. In terms of left-back, we're going to buy a left-back and probably Kerkers. But we just want to raid Bournemouth, apparently. They're our new Southampton. And right back, I think we want a different profile for right back. So I don't necessarily think we'd be playing Hujsen at full back. I think he'd be at centre back. The one that would be interesting is to see what would happen with Quansah, because it kind of like blocks Quansah's pathway. But we kind of need to keep Quansah because he's registration.
Okay, you see this whole. So I've seen Jamie in the comments saying that he wouldn't want another centre back because he doesn't want to stunt the growth of Yara and Heaven. I used to be like this when he was Mason Greenwood, and he was like, I wouldn't want a main striker to come in to stunt his growth. But then, as I've gotten older and as football's gone on, it's like, you actually want that?
The good players will grow anyway. They'll take the
spot. The good players will grow. Like, if Quansah's good enough, he will be good enough. You know what I mean? He don't matter who's there, he will be playing games. You know what I'm saying? So
right. That's like my fan base that was saying that we shouldn't sign Mbappe because he'll stunt Martinelli's growth, man. He's like sick. These lot lost their minds, bro. I was like, I just wanted to leave the club after I heard that.
Hang on.
What the hell was that?
Why were you believing
You know-
that you could have signed Mbappe as well?
No, but you
Surely
remember
that-
when he was like on a free
Yeah, I do
transfer for PSG?
Oh,
They were
yeah.
like, they asked him if we could
Because you had a
sign
chance.
Mbappe.
Yeah,
was like-
no, it's funny.
And we didn't have a chance, but what a stupid comment to make.
You know what's funny about the whole Mbappe thing? Just to quickly go off topic and then bring it back to Liverpool. Actually, no, I'm going to bring it back to Liverpool. Is how many years we heard that Nike are going to pay for Mbappe?
Oh, mate, I never got me fucking Nike footballer.
and it was
5
Liverpool-
years, and I never got one.
He was like, Nike want Liverpool to have a flagship player, and it's going to be Mbappe. They're going to invest into Liverpool to help them sign Mbappe. Mbappe's mom said that he wants to join Liverpool in a conference. Oh, it was beautiful. It's so glorious.
My Nike footballer was Fabio Carvalho. That was it.
Surely it normally goes the other way. I feel like most of the time when the players move to like Barcelona and Real Madrid, they end up being the opposite to what the team is sponsored by in terms of manufacturers. So that if
you see,
if the
our journalists were trying to like go, oh, this sign for
I'm
Nike.
not
is
sure.
Nike
I don't
made
think
yeah,
you're right.
oh, you know what it was?
Nike
It
have
was
made a deal.
LeBron James. LeBron James spoke to Mbappe.
It weren't just that, KJ. We were told that we were told that we were gonna have like Serena Williams and Drake as part of like Liverpool advertisements and stuff. I never fucking once saw Serena Williams in a Liverpool shirt or Drake.
You saw LeBron though.
Oh,
LeBron's
yeah,
an
so
investor,
I-
though,
He
I
watches
saw-
Peter Crouch's from back in the day. Apparently.
Yeah, I'm sure he does. Oh, the only thing LeBron done ever in a Liverpool shirt was that clip where he's going Happy International Women's Day to the two girls either side of him. I mean, he was wearing a Liverpool shirt. That was about the most representation we got from it.
Well, you know what's funny?
That was it.
You know what's mad? Michael B. Jordan reps Bournemouth. Like he actually posts about them and stuff. It's crazy. And
LeBron owns as much of my club as Michael B. Jordan owns of Bournemouth. But you wouldn't know that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. You got Saeed here says, who will be replacing Trent? David. Besides Conor Bradley, David, what do you think?
Conor Bradley.
It's really obviously just going to be Conor Bradley.
I don't think Liverpool are going to go out and sign a right back. Well, you might like sign a right back, but like it would be like someone who's there to battle with Conor Bradley to see who's gonna be the number one sort of situation. I think they're going to go out and get I think they're not going to drop money on Hakimi to get him as a right back. That's not what's going to happen.
No.
Frimpong, no.
If it's Frimpong, I stop watching football.
Oh, listen,
I'm not having Frimpong play at fullback.
As much as United fan, Frimpong, the idea of Frimpong is amazing because right wing back, we play further back, he would be perfect for all of that. Right back Frimpong would be the worst idea that Liverpool could ever do.
It's like that Inter guy. What's the other guy? Dumfries. Yeah,
Dumfries.
If we sign Frimpong as his right back, I wouldn't blame Kante for handing in a transfer request and going, I can't do it. You can't ask me to cover him as well.
Tom, how much would you pay for Gusto?
Why? Whenever I come on the show, did the London clubs try and sell me that shit fullbacks? If it's Henry, it's Porro.
That's what I'm thinking. We need to
Chelsea,
cash in now.
Gusto.
Like he's had a pretty dire season. I think we could do with cashing in.
Next stream, come he'll be trying to convince me on Tomiyasu. Like
you saw that day that he locked up Salah, mate. You know,
this should go against Mo Salah's legacy. The amount of man that have locked him up in games is crazy. Tomiyasu, Luke Shaw has ate him up like 5 times. It is a bit.
No, Ashley Young was the problem.
He never locked up Mahrez.
He cannot handle Ashley Young for some reason. But Luke Shaw, he has Luke Shaw's number. He only ever started scoring against United when Ashley Young stopped playing at fullback.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Mad.
The moment Ashley Young left, Mohamed Salah just started bagging braces and hat-tricks. But I'm telling you, for some weird reason, Mohamed Salah couldn't handle Ashley Young at left back. That was the only one. Luke Shaw, no problem. Alex Tellez, no problem.
To be fair, you don't like right foot left backs.
No, because he goes onto the strong side.
No, that is a football ick right there. I remember every time Ashley Young played international football and he would cut in on that foot. I
know it was frustrating.
Oh my God.
But when you hit that Mr. Whippy 99, to the back post, you're loving it, innit?
No, because he never did it. He always hit the
Prime-
first man.
Prime, you know what? Was it LVG or was it Moyes? It might have been LVG. Prime LVG. You've got a problem. Stick on Ashley Young and Fellaini. No, it's Prime Jose. Ashley Young and Fellaini. Those two, incredible. Incredible combination. The Mr. Whippy.
Young was scoring free kicks
and
with
Fellaini. Jason.
Fellaini and
Ashley Young scored the free kick this year.
Marino's woke Fellaini.
Swear down.
Yeah, Ashley Young scored the free kick for Everton this year.
Marino is not woke Fellaini.
Marino is woke Fellaini.
I mean, he's not wrong.
You've
He's not wrong.
absolutely lost it.
He's not wrong.
He's wrong.
Fellaini
He's
was a
not got the
midfielder.
chest control of Fellaini, man. Once it hits that
Fellaini,
chest, it stays there.
No, but woke football's played on the floor, innit? Couldn't
Do you
they?
know what I mean? This is what I'm saying.
Okay, got you.
Who am I describing here? A midfielder who costs 30 million quid, who doesn't necessarily start in the midfield because there's bigger name signings ahead of him. But when the manager needs a guy to go up front, he turns to the big, tall midfielder who's got an aerial presence, can score a header, and is surprisingly good with his left foot.
Jolinton?
Now you think about
I've described Fellaini and Marino.
You might have a point still. The fact
If that's the case, isn't then Maguire the woke Stephen Coker?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Stephen
Coker.
What
We
just
signed
happened
Coker,
there,
just
KJ,
shook him up
though?
front.
What the hell just happened there?
It's so true.
Hey, this team has been wild, bro.
All right, listen.
Marino is woke Fellaini.
I hear it. I actually hear
The
it.
way football's gone,
I hear it.
it's the same
the worst
thing in a
shout.
new era.
That's the worst shout.
He's not the Maresca.
It's not the worst shout, KJ. Listen to how Tom broke it down.
This is what I'm
And then
saying.
woke is like playing
KJ,
football on
it's
the
not that-
floor.
they don't play
Dan's
sim-
got a
they
little
don't-
in there, so
They don't
maybe.
play similar. They don't play similar. But like Marino watches TikTok. Do you know what I mean? Like it's different. It's a different vibe. It's a different vibe.
Guys, let us know if Moreno and Fellaini in the comments. Let us know.
KJ, I'll ask you
You
this.
got to add the woke part, the woke for
And
them.
the woke,
I'll ask you this, KJ. If there was one midfielder in the Premier League that David Moyes could sign to be his Madaman Fellaini, who would it be? Because he had Fellaini at Everton, he had Fellaini at United, and he had Souček at West Ham. Who would that be this time?
Okay, it actually would have been Scott McTominay. Just let's be honest here. That's what.
Yeah, he would have been one of them.
But if it's not McTominay and a midfielder, you need to chuck on the score goal.
They got to be tall. They got to have
struggling.
a bit about them.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's not as crazy as it sounds. It's not crazy anymore, is it?
Okay, listen, guys. We're gonna get out of here because boy, it's been a very interesting stream. Here's the thing: when Terry's not around, we can have fun. None of this serious. Give us an answer.
It's like the supply teacher coming in for a
lesson.
Yeah,
give us an essay on why this is correct.
It's like a brief return to Midnight Vibes. When are we doing Team of the Week?
All right, listen, we should be doing Team of the Week. Hey, guys, in the comments, let us know if you want Midnight Vibes to come back. Midnight Vibes to come back. Let us know.
KJ, I can't do it, bro.
No, but there'll be a twist. Instead of it being on a Sunday night, because everyone got work now, lockdown finish, 7 a.m. in the morning, where you guys can listen to it like it's the radio, getting ready for work.
That means you have to host it. You have to host it.
Yeah. I'm awake. My wife's awake at like 6:30 and all of that, bruv. Like, I have to wake up anyway. You see, Ellie, listen, fellas, let me tell you something. Just about life. When you live with a woman, when she's awake, you have to be awake. It ain't fair. All right? It ain't fair. It ain't my fault that I do this job and my wife does her job that makes her wake up in the morning. But why am I getting woke up in the morning because she want to be doing up? Well, I'm awake. Why aren't you awake? And I hope she hears this from the other room. I hope she's next door. She hears this. She can stop doing that.
You don't want that smoke, bro.
No, I'm joking. My wife's actually.
It's one of them arguments you can never win. That one.
It is. So, fellas, just accept your fate, man. Accept your fate. It just is what it is. But guys.
You start trying to argue and they go, it's for the good, it's for your own good. You need to be up early. You need to be getting up and doing stuff. You need to have a normal time. I don't know
how you know this because you got a fake girlfriend. Your girlfriend.
Oh, here we go again. Oh my god.
I don't know about that. But anyway, guys. Anyway. What's it? I ain't waking up at 7, at 5, sleep at 5. That is what, Hassan, when you get married, you're waking up at 7, bruv. You know what I'm saying? Oh, wait, you talking about midnight vibes? Now you're waking up. You're staying up. You're not even going to sleep. You're right. You're not going to sleep. You're staying up to listen to Midnight Vibes at 7 a.m. But guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Smash the like button if you love the stream. Make sure you subscribe to the Football Terrace. I was joined by Tom, Kunle, David, and Dan. Terry will be back tomorrow with some match reactions for you. We've got Man City playing, and we've got Arsenal. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. A bit more fun, a bit more relaxed. The seriousness will be coming back tomorrow on Monday. Guys, make sure you tune in. I'm KJ. I've been your host. Peace out, people. Have a good evening.